This video is a basic introduction to running the next generation clustered heat map or NG-CHM RStudio container, or really any RStudio container, under Windows 10. We will use the Docker desktop environment to run the container. The Docker desktop installation also uses Windows Terminal and the Windows Subsystem for Linux, version 2. Installing Windows Terminal, Windows Subsystem for Linux and Docker Desktop are out of scope for this video, but I will link to some excellent introductory videos for installing these in the description. Note that you should install Windows Subsystem for Linux before Docker Desktop. I am using Ubuntu version 20.04. Once Docker Desktop has been installed, you can start a container by copying the example command into your Windows Terminal PowerShell prompt. Docker first pulls the specified Docker image from the Docker registry to your local computer. The Docker image consists of a sequence of superimposed file system images, each of which Docker is now downloading. The container starts once all the layers have finished downloading. Note that Docker Desktop now shows the running container. Since we didn't explicitly name the container, Docker assigned it a random name, Beautiful Bhaskara. The name of the Docker image it's running is shown in small blue font. Clicking on the Open in Browser button opens a new browser window pointed at the running container's web port. Note that the help page it displays is being served by the newly created container. Clicking the Stop button stops the container and clicking Delete removes the container completely. Note that you can also start a container just as easily from the Ubuntu prompt. Now we'll download and run our NG-CHM RStudio container. The web page at hub.docker.com/u/ng-chm lists the NG-CHM Docker containers. There are 3 RStudio images available, a basic one containing just RStudio and the NG-CHM package, one that also contains the bioconductor package, and another that also contains a variety of single-cell related packages. Copy the command to download the Docker image. I also like to specify the particular release explicitly. In this case it will be 4.02. Docker pull will download that image to the local computer. While we wait for the download to complete, we can go over to the image's GitHub page, which contains the commands for running the image under Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. In this case you could use either the Linux command in the Ubuntu shell or the Windows command in the Windows shell. We'll use the Windows version. First, we need a folder that we can mount into the container. We'll create a new one. Before running the Windows command, we have to edit it to 1. Specify the path to the folder that we want to map into the container. 2. Use a password we choose. And 3. Specify the Docker image and version that we want to run. Once we've started the container, Docker Desktop displays it in its list of running containers. As before, we can click the Open in Browser button to open the RStudio page. We can then sign in using RStudio and the password we selected. To show how files are mapped between Windows and the RStudio container, we'll quickly create a minimal next-generation clustered heat map and save it to the shared folder. For more details on how to create NG-CHMs in R, see our tutorial video on the NG-CHM R package. To see the NG-CHM, open the NG-CHM viewer. Click the Choose File button, navigate to the folder you shared with the RStudio container, and select the saved NG-CHM file. If desired, you can log out of the RStudio container and stop and remove the container. In this video, we've reviewed the basics of running our NG-CHM RStudio container using Docker Desktop and the Windows Subsystem for Linux under Windows 10. For more information about creating NG-CHMs using our R package, please see our tutorial series. If you've found this video helpful, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel.